And US President Trump's India visit has just ended, and US and India and their firms are optimistic about growing trade between two nations. India-US trade has gone up from 142 billion in 2018 to 160 billion in 2019. But the momentum of bilateral trade between India and US is moving in favor of Washington, mainly due to sudden increase in energy import by New Delhi. So on trade issues between two nations, I caught up with the President of US-India Strategic and Partnership Forum, Mr. Mukesh Aghi. Let's listen in. Joined by Mr. Mukesh Aghi, President of US-India Strategic Partnership Forum. Well, thanks for talking to us. First of all, I would like to know from your side, 500 billion trade target between India and US. What are the immediate steps required to achieve that?
Well, I think you have to understand that the trade without the trade deal is still growing. The trade between India and US has grown from 142 billion to 160 billion last year. US exports to India are growing in double digit. We do expect by 2025 this number to go from 160 to almost $325 billion. To answer your question as to what is required, I think definitely ease of doing business, transparency in policy making, and a long-term agenda so you can bring in institutional investors.
And trade imbalance is another issue which between US and India is concerned. It's definitely in favor of India. How do you see this improving in US favor going forward, or will that trade imbalance will be favoring India going forward as well?
Well, I think the momentum is in the favor of the US. When you look at President Trump came in, India had a surplus of $28 billion with the US. And as of last year, it went down to $16 billion. And when we look at the backlog orders on Boeings and others, we believe that in the next 3 years, it'll become even.
One last question. We are staring at a crisis, epidemic of coronavirus. Is the world ready for this? If it persists for long, how do you think how is it going to impact the trade between India, US and the world over?
Well, I think you can see the impact of coronavirus. Number one is on the travel industry, hotel industry. And more important is impacting the global supply chain. Could be in automobile, could be in chipsets, mobile phones. So it is impacting, but it also provides an opportunity for India to look at how some of that supply chain can come to India itself. Because companies are questioning all of their eggs in one basket, which is China. So I think this provides an opportunity for India to look at this a little more strategically and see how they can convince companies to set up manufacturing in India so they have an alternative supply chain backup strategy.